Picture this. A nervous teenager walks onto the Britain's Got Talent stage, eyes down, shoulders hunched, and then opens his mouth and unleashes a voice people compared to Pavarotti. That was Jonathan Antoine, the bullied schoolboy who became an overnight sensation. But his story didn't end when the BGT lights shut off. In many ways, that's when it really began. Today, we're breaking down what really happened to Jonathan Antoine after BGT, so stick around to the end, because his biggest transformation didn't happen on TV at all. Long before the standing ovations and record deals, Jonathan was a quiet, sensitive kid who found safety in music. While other children were just singing for fun, his voice already had that rare, haunting tone.
For more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel.
By 11, he was taking proper lessons. At 13, he performed Bring Him Home at a local festival and walked away with a Young Musician of the Year title. On the outside, he was the awkward boy kids picked on. On stage, he was something else entirely. At West Hatch High School, everything started to change. Vocal coach Jenny Ewington and head of music Jeanette Brown saw past the shyness and insecurity straight to the raw talent hiding underneath. They pushed him, guided him, and helped shape that massive voice. He was accepted into major conservatoires and began training at the Royal Academy of Music. Music was clearly his future. But he had no idea that millions of TV viewers were about to watch his life flip overnight. Then came 2012, and that Britain's Got Talent audition with his school friend, Charlotte Jaconelli. Standing under the harsh studio lights, Jonathan looked like he wanted to disappear. Simon Cowell's expression said it all. This didn't look like your typical star. But the second Jonathan launched into the prayer, the room changed. The judges' jaws dropped, the crowd roared, and the internet exploded. Within days, the duo Jonathan and Charlotte were viral sensations, hailed as the boy with the golden voice and his fearless partner. After BGT, Jonathan and Charlotte signed with Simon Cowell's label, released their debut album Together in 2012 and Perhaps Love in 2013, and stepped onto the global classical crossover stage. Fans adored their chemistry and their story, the shy tenor protected by his bubbly best friend. But behind the scenes, Jonathan was quietly battling old wounds from years of bullying, new pressure from fame, and a constant scrutiny of his weight, his personality, and even how he handled interviews. By 2014, it became clear their paths were pulling in different directions. Both were offered solo deals, and the duo announced they were parting ways professionally. No scandal, no feud, just two young artists needing space to grow. For Jonathan, stepping out alone was thrilling and terrifying. His debut solo album, Tenore, proved he wasn't just a reality TV footnote, he was a serious tenor. Follow-up projects like Believe and Going the Distance showed a richer, more mature artist who was slowly claiming his own identity. While all of that was happening publicly, a much quieter transformation was taking place. Jonathan began working on his health, losing weight through gentler exercise and better habits, not for critics, but for his own well-being and stamina on stage. At the same time, he opened up about bullying, depression, and later shared that he'd been diagnosed as on the autism spectrum. Instead of hiding it, he used that diagnosis to better understand himself and to speak out about mental health and neurodiversity. That honesty only deepened his connection with fans. Jonathan's personal life has always stayed mostly private, but he's spoken warmly about a long-distance relationship that once inspired his music, and he's made it clear that he prefers to keep romance in the background and artistry in the spotlight. Financially, steady album sales, touring, and special performances have brought him comfort and security. But if you listen to him talk, it's obvious. The real reward for him is the connection with listeners, not the money. In recent years, Jonathan has stepped further into advocacy and creativity. He's co-authored a children's book about bullying, appeared in a documentary on anxiety, and supported campaigns for kindness, self-acceptance, and mental health awareness. The shy, bullied kid from school has become the man reassuring others that vulnerability is not weakness, it's strength. So what really happened to Jonathan Antoine from BGT? He didn't vanish. He grew up. He fought his demons, claimed his identity, refined his craft, and turned a viral TV moment into a real, meaningful career and platform. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Jonathan is one of the most inspiring voices to ever come out of Britain's Got Talent? And did the show truly give him the spotlight he deserved? Let me know in the comments, and if you want a deep dive on what happened to Charlotte after their split, hit subscribe, because that story is coming next.